Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are talking Amazon favorites, plant edition. I'm going to show you a few things that I absolutely love or need in order to care for my plants that I get off of Amazon. Before we begin, of course, don't forget to subscribe, join the family. We would love to have you, and we always like to chat in the comments below. So let me know what your Amazon favorites are. What am I missing? What do I need to check out? What do I need to try? What's been making your plant parenthood easier for you on Amazon? Let us know down below. Let's get into it. So the first thing is actually a moss pole. I get these clear moss poles off of Amazon. You probably won't be able to see it because it's clear. This is one of the really big ones. It's a 24-inch. Typically I get the small ones, but they were sold out. So actually the bestie, VariegatedPlantDaddy on Instagram, has also started using the clear moss poles. One day we were chatting and we both really needed to get more poles, but they were out of the clear ones that we typically get. They had these fluorescent green ones, and he was like, oh, we're doing it. So he ordered some, and then I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So I ordered some as well. So this is the size that I normally get, but in the translucent, like in the clear. What I love about the clear ones is that they are truly, truly clear. They're not translucent where they're kind of foggy. I should have grabbed a plant to show you, but I'll insert a picture here. Low-key, ever since we got these fluorescent green ones, y'all have been eating these moss poles up. Every time I post a picture or a video with a plant that I've put on this like hot fluorescent green pole, y'all are always like, oh my God, I love that pole. Where'd you get that pole? And even like my family is like, I really like that green pole. So shout out to VariegatedPlantDaddy on Instagram and on TikTok now for starting a trend with the fluorescent green pole. Make sure you guys go check him out. I will put his Instagram and his TikTok in the description down below. But yeah, predominantly the clear ones, but these have quickly become a favorite as well. And while we're actually talking about VariegatedPlantDaddy, he also reminded me of the next favorite of mine, which is Kiki Paste. This is what it looks like. It's typically used for orchids, I believe. I remember a few years ago, this was going around in the plant community and people were using it to kind of activate nodes on their plants, particularly for like wet stick propagations. And I actually had a little jar of this years ago for my like wet stick propagations to activate the nodes, but I kind of forgot all about it. And again, one day I was chatting with VariegatedPlantDaddy, and I don't remember if he was using it on a plant that was leggy or if I was complaining about a plant of mine that was super leggy, like the bottom was very bare and the top was very like full with leaves. But either way, I don't remember how it came up, but he was like, use some Kiki Paste on the nodes and it'll like fill out. How did I forget about Kiki Paste? I don't know, but shout out to him for reminding me about it. I have been slathering this on everything that is leggy. I have a ton of leggy plants on moss poles right now because the leaves died during import, specifically my monsteras, because y'all know if you guys import plants, especially monsteras, they lose their leaves and the bottom gets all leggy. Kiki Paste, Kiki Paste, Kiki Paste, Kiki Paste. I've been absolutely loving it. I am so excited. I had grabbed this like last week and slapped it on all of the little leggy babies and the nodes are already starting to pop. I'm so excited. So shout out to the bestie again. Like I said, I will leave all his information down below. But Kiki Paste, you guys, if you have wet stick propagations and you just kind of want to help activate that node and get the growth going, or like I did with mine, if you have like a super leggy plant and you can see some nodes that just aren't activated yet, slap a little bit of this on there and you'll be good to go. So Kiki Paste is number 2. The next absolute favorite is the moss that I use, and I'm low-key kind of scared to tell you guys because if you guys sell it out, I'm gonna be so sad. It was so hard finding really good moss, but y'all know we don't gatekeep on this channel, so I'm gonna share it with you, but just take it easy. Take it easy. I don't actually have any on me. I freaking used up all my moss, but I will put a picture of the listing here, and of course I'll have all of these linked down below. This moss is amazing. It's affordable, but it's good quality. There's not a lot of junk in there that you have to clean out, although there will be a few little things you'll want to clean out, but it's not at all like that cheap moss where it's just nothing but sticks and twigs and weird stuff. This is very, very minimal. It's also very long strands, so I really like those longer strands instead of them being chopped up, because when you put a plant on a moss pole, sometimes those aerial roots will grow forward. So I like wrapping just a strand or two of moss around it to kind of get them to push into the moss pole. So I really, really like how long these strands of moss are. I love the quality of the moss. I love the color of the moss too. I know that might be weird, but it's a really nice color. And yeah, again, like I said, it's pretty clean. It doesn't really have a whole bunch of weird crap in it, at least for me. Some people might be pickier than me, but I think it's really good, especially for the price. So that is my third absolute Amazon favorite, is my moss. I say it's my moss like it's proprietary, but you get what I'm saying. The next favorite, these clear stakes, you guys. These are an absolute godsend. They are pretty long. I don't know how many inches these are. It's a little over a foot though. I'll put the measurement on the screen, but these clear stakes are absolutely amazing. For one, they are not wood. I have a lot of those wood dowels and they rot obviously because you're sticking them in a wet substrate. So over time they start to get like gross and rotty and ugh. These obviously won't do that because they are acrylic, but they're also clear. So they don't take away from the look of your plant. I have an example with my Begonia thurstonii. See how it just, I mean, it supports the plant, but it doesn't really like draw attention to the stake, you know? So these clear stakes are an absolute favorite of mine. 10 out of 10 recommend. If you have very stemmy plants that need a little support, but you don't want to ruin the vibes with an ugly stake. So yeah. I also like these because they're a lot taller than a lot of the dowels that I have found, the wood ones. They're very thin and they're very tall, but they're sturdy. So I really, really like that. If you have a deeper pot, you have a little more length to work with, if that makes sense. So love the clear stakes. My next two favorites are actually like nutritional, I guess. The first one is this Silica Boost. I had gotten a lot of suggestions to add silica to my watering routine because it helps build really strong stems. It helps your plant absorb the nutrients. So it helps the plant build that foundation because obviously we want big, luscious, gorgeous, stunning leaves, but I never really think about the health of like the stem, the strength of the stem. Of course we think roots and leaves, but the foundation of the plant is important too. And I'll be honest, when I first bought this, I was just kind of like, all right, I'll add it because several people have suggested it, especially because my plants are, you know, in pond, and a lot of people were saying it's super important to add this when you have like semi-hydro or whatever. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, okay, several people have suggested it. I'll try it, see what's going on with it. I really, really love this. I really do feel like I see a difference in my plants. The stems of my plants have been actually getting thicker. So I think that this actually does work, you guys. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know much about this brand, Bloom City. They have a whole lineup of nutrients. I have not tried them, but I really do like their silica. So yeah, this is the Silica Boost. Love this. If you use silica on your plants, let me know how it's been working for you, because I don't know if it's just in my head or if this is really working, but I swear I think it's really working. So that's definitely a favorite of mine. The next one is CalMag. This is from the Advanced Nutrients brand. I had originally gotten a huge container of this and I was like, wow. Took me forever to go through it. But when I did go through it, I did get a different brand. I think it was I want to say the CalMag was maybe from Fox Farm or General Hydroponics. I can't remember the other brand, but I swear my plants did better with this brand. So I did end up going back to this particular CalMag. I really do think that this particular CalMag really, really helps my plants. So I don't really know what CalMag is supposed to do for your plants. I probably should have looked that up before this video, but y'all know me. It's like a fly by the seat of your pants situation in this household when it comes to the plants and really just life in general, but whatever. The back of this says that calcium and magnesium ensure vigorous nutrient healthy growth. Plants without CalMag could suffer from stunted growth or yellowing leaves. In this case, the Sensi CalMag Extra, the nutrient supplement formulated with ratios of calcium, magnesium, and iron, I think, whatever Fe is, are what your crops need. I've heard that this is really important, again, when you have semi-hydroponic and hydroponic grows, especially because you don't have some of those nutrients in your substrate that you would with like dirt. But one thing that I swear I noticed with this is that leaves don't have as hard of a time unfurling. They don't get as stuck when I use this. And again, it could be in my head, but I feel like in general, the overall health of my leaves seem to do better when I add just a splash of some CalMag in with my watering. I use this about once, sometimes twice a month, kind of just like when I remember. But when I had ran out of this, I definitely noticed a difference in the health of my leaves. They didn't seem as like saturated with color, you know? They didn't seem as green. They didn't seem as lush. And I swear I feel like the leaves kind of had a hard time unfurling. They kind of seemed to get a little bit stuck. Now that could have been a humidity thing. Maybe I just didn't notice my humidity had dropped. I don't know. But I swear when I got this back and started using this again, I didn't have that problem. So I don't know the science behind CalMag. Like I always say, do your own research. If you use CalMag, let us know down below how you see a difference in your plants with CalMag or even without CalMag. But I swear I think this really helps the overall health of my leaves in particular. They just seem more luscious. They seem more saturated with color. They just seem happier and more vibrant and easier to kind of like get their lives together when they're unfurling. So I will definitely always use CalMag. I don't use it as often as I used to. I used to use it with every watering. Now I just use it every other watering or at least one watering in the month, like I said. But I still feel like my leaves benefit from it. So this particular brand of CalMag I love. And yeah. The next favorite is lechuza pon. Y'all know my entire plant collection for the most part is in lechuza pon. I love pon, y'all. I love it so much. There are a few of my plants who are not in it yet, mainly just because I've either been too lazy to pot them up or more recently I ran out of pots and I keep forgetting to order them every time I make Amazon orders. So some of them are still in whatever they shipped in or whatever I bought them in, but for the most part, everything else is in pon. And for the most part, everything has been doing really well in pon. I have had a couple of plants really not like pon, so I've had to kind of change gears on those plants. But for the most part, everything is thriving beautifully in pon. I originally bought all of my pon from the actual lechuza website, but lately I have been ordering it straight from Amazon and it's about the same price, if not maybe a hair cheaper because I have Prime. It gets to me way quicker ordering it through Amazon, and like I said, it's sometimes a few dollars cheaper. And then there's also a way bigger bag on Amazon than there was on the website, unless I missed it somewhere on the website. But I've gotten way bigger bags on Amazon than I did with lechuza. So I absolutely love getting my lechuza from Amazon. I will link the biggest bag below, but if you click on the actual, it'll say like shop the lechuza store or something. If you click on that at the very top of the listing, you'll see the different sized bags, but definitely love lechuza from Amazon. Next Amazon favorite are my lights. I use barina lights. All the lights that you see behind me, they are all barinas of different shapes and sizes. I have some examples here. These are just like the little 1-footers. These are what I have on like the smaller shelves. I have the 2-footers on the bigger shelves. I have been considering switching to like Soltech or the Mother Lights or even Sansi. It's crossed my mind so much, but I actually really like my barina lights. I don't know, I'm kind of happy with them. So I haven't felt like it was necessary for me to change them. And I've asked a couple of times on Instagram, like, are these lights worth completely switching over to? And a lot of you guys are saying like the Mother Lights, the Soltech lights, the Sansi lights, they're great. But if you already have the barina lights, it's not like so drastically different that you should completely switch them. So a lot of you guys are kind of saying they're good lights, but they're maybe not worth switching out. So yeah, I'm a barina girl, 100%. I do really want to try the Soltech lights. I want to try the Mother Lights, and I do want to get a couple Sansi lights just to try. I think eventually I will buy like maybe a couple of pendant lights from each brand just to see if there really is a difference, or if my plants particularly like them better, or especially in places where I don't want a bar light like this, like maybe just a pendant light. I think I might branch out and try one of the 3 or maybe one from each one just to kind of play around and see what I like. But for now, I'm really, really happy with the barina lights when it comes to my shelves and my cabinets. These are all T5. I am thinking about upgrading to the T8s. They have like 4-foot T8s that I really want to switch out with these bigger shelves. So I might switch them out for the T8s, but they are still barina brand. I really, really love barina. I've been using them for years. They're just kind of tried and true, and you can get them on Amazon. A lot of times there are coupons that you can use to save a little money on them. They're already pretty affordable, but saving even more money, yes. And they come prime. So they always come through in a clutch when I'm throwing another shelf up because I can't stop buying plants, and I can have lights in a day or two. So love the barina lights for sure. Another favorite of mine is the Monstera leaf handles that I have on my Millspo cabinets. I love these handles, you guys. For my first cabinet, I actually ordered the handle on Etsy and it was pretty pricey. Shipping took forever because I'm pretty sure it came from overseas. And I just really didn't want to like wait that long again when I got my second cabinet, but I wanted them to match. Found the same exact handle on Amazon as well as the adapter piece that you need for it. Found it all on Amazon, got it in a couple days, and it looks just like the one that I ordered off of Etsy. It's beautiful. They have different color options as well. And so yeah, I love these freaking handles. I just think they really make the cabinets pop. It comes way faster. It is a lot cheaper than it was a few years ago when I bought mine. I love these handles. They will be on every cabinet that I ever buy in the future. I think it just turns like that generic looking cabinet into a plant cabinet, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just love them. The next favorite, y'all are probably gonna laugh at me about because I did talk a little bit of trash right before I bought these, I'm not gonna lie, but they are the leaf cleaning gloves, and this is the only one I can find because all of my others are in the wash because I love them. I don't even know what material this is. It's not really terry cloth, it's like softer and thicker. Clearly I use them a lot because it's falling apart. You can either spray your leaf or spray your glove and then just like clean your leaves off, and it's easier because you can kind of like use your thumbs in the like sinus of the plant or like hard to reach places. You're literally just using your fingers. And so I kind of talked trash because I was like, these look crazy, which they do. They still do, but I actually really like them. I got a pack on Amazon, and like I said, I am constantly washing these because I use them all the time. Well, I could be cleaning my leaves way more actually, so I can't say all the time, but anytime I have to clean leaves, I'm always using these. Last Amazon plant favorite, these scoops. You guys, I was so excited about these scoops, and I love them to this day. I got a pack of a bunch of different colors. They are so handy for repotting my plants. I make way less of a mess. Of course, I'm clumsy, so I still make a huge mess, but these are so much easier, especially for me using Pond. It can get every freaking where, but these scoops help so much. And because it kind of comes to a point like this, when you have like a smaller pot or something like that, or you have a plant that's maybe smaller or less established, doesn't have quite a big like root system or a big stem, and you have to hold it in place, this really helps just kind of pinpoint where you want to put your substrate in. And I just really love these scoops. I knew I would like them, but I didn't realize how much I would love these. I was so excited when I first got these. One of my repot videos, it was like my first time using these, and I just kept saying how much I love them because they really do like make repotting so much easier. I know I was late to the game with these. Everybody probably already has them, but if you don't, fam, get them. This is what you need right here. This is amazing. It's amazing. So that was it for my Amazon plant favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know, what am I missing, y'all? Talk to me. Let's talk about it in the comments. But that's gonna be it for me today. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. You know I appreciate your time so much. I hope you guys are taking good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.